All right. Why? I did not know that you were this much of a Michael head.
What?
I didn't know that you would be one of the people in the Dangerous tour to be falling out in the front row just through the first 5 seconds.
When I would say...
I'm here this week and you didn't even get me a ticket. You're just going. I didn't even say it couldn't even been a thing that we experienced together. You just took care of you because this is that important to you. And I understand. I just didn't know.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to always see like clips about whenever they would show up on like TV, whatever. And I would always see fans screaming and then immediately like passing out. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I want to know what that feels like. And I never got to experience that because when I got older,
I never saw him live.
Never got to see Michael live. But yeah, I was down to see this ever since I saw the trailer.
I'm just happy that Coleman Domingo and Nia Long is going to get her moment in like the spotlight. I hope, that big Hollywood spotlight. I hope.
I couldn't wait to see Jafar's performance because I've seen I've seen some of the rehearsals. He just has that.
They went within the family. That means they didn't give anybody else a shot. So he is the one. He has to kill it. Because there is a Michael Jackson impersonator out there who's been waiting for this his whole life, and they are pissed that they didn't even get the chance. He
looks like Sandra Bullock.
Who?
The impersonator. That's what you're talking about? The guy who be on TikTok?
No, please. I'm just saying, not him. I'm saying there's so many. No, I'm just saying there's so many of them.
He was at one of the premieres too, that guy. And he actually got introduced to Jafar.
Oh.
Yes!
Was he mad? He was pissed. I'm sure he was pissed.
I don't think he was pissed, but he just looked like whatever. But I can't wait to see the Michael movie. I have seen some of the reviews already. I'm ignoring the Rotten Tomatoes. I'm ignoring all these things because, who cares? I feel like a movie's only really, really, really as bad if I see it for myself and I'm like, oh, this is bad.
No. If enough people see it and they say it's bad, it's probably bad.
But a lot of bad films, in my opinion.
But people love bad. I mean, look at Tyler Perry.
Okay.
You ready to start the show?
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Let's start the show.
I've been working all night. Now I need to hear you call my name. Where you at? On the way. How far? On the way. Popping on the way. How far we take it all the way? Yeah. I've been going all day and now I need to hear you say my name.
Welcome back to another episode of the On The Way podcast, where we give it to you straight. In this space, we won't say anything behind your back that we won't say to your face. We keep you up to date with the latest music, news, and everything related while you are on the way. I'm Khalil.
And I'm Sylvee.
And this is the On The Way podcast. Black Queen.
You skip 1 week and now you don't know your life.
Woo! And this is the On The Way podcast. You can listen to this podcast on a plane ride, a train ride, or a car ride back from Washington, D.C. to New York / New Jersey, where you now sit in front of your car.
I thought this was a green eggs and ham line from the book.
That's what it felt.
On a plane, in a train, in a boat, in a house with a mouse. You can listen to this podcast on your way to seeing a biopic in the theaters.
But either way, anyway, this is the On The Way podcast. Black Queen.
Yeah.
Sylvee Jones. How are you?
Feeling really good. Happy to be here and back with you in person. Oh my God. No, it's been a minute. Actually, I haven't seen you since November. Yeah.
In person.
Right.
Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. I know you hate that.
So it's been a minute, but I'm glad to be back and to interact and to be in person. I've had a really good week so far. Welcome back to the weather changes of spring. We had a freeze warning the other night. And yeah, but it was summer last week, so you missed that. But either way, it's good to be back in this space, in the stew. How are you, Khalil?
Same. I'm glad to be back here with you. It's been a while, but it feels like home. Yeah. Euphoria's back. Ruin Them is back.
They are.
Yeah, I haven't seen episode 2 yet. Don't say anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm still an episode behind on Hacks yet too.
Oh.
I know, please. Shh. But they're both back. WrestleMania weekend was this weekend. Oh God, they saved it because the storylines, they were just leading up. What were you guys doing? You just be making it up on the fly. You can't have that much money and that many resources and not be able to come up with these things ahead of time.
Oh.
When I get on, the only thing that I just want to tell Triple H is, please just bring me on. Just let me show them how to act. Let me give them some acting courses. Please. I can help out.
Got it.
I can even do some writing if you let me.
Oh.
And the Knicks are also in the playoffs.
That's nice.
It is nice. I have just learned throughout my lifetime, because they've never won a championship in either one of our lifetimes, to be easy to put about putting my trust in the Jets or the Knicks. And that's pretty much the Jets or the Knicks. And I'm not gonna rush to hop on this. I won't be pessimistic, but I'm not optimistic. But good for y'all.
They were in the playoffs last season.
Yes, they were.
Right. Okay. I get what you're saying. And it makes sense.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's get into the weekly playlist.
It's the weekly playlist, Mike.
Y'all better get up on. Y'all better get into this weekly playlist.
It's the weekly playlist, y'all.
Weekly playlist.
To keep up with our weekly playlist, follow us on Instagram at OnTheWayWeekly, where we release it every week. This week we've got Whimsy Deluxe by Destin Conrad, Fuck, Marry, Kill by Tink, Miss Michigan by Momo Boyd and Infinity Song, and Everybody Loves Rob Milton by the Rob Milton.
My first project this week, I had Whimsy Deluxe by Destin Conrad. So this is the deluxe project that of Whimsy that he released back in August of 2025, which we reviewed. This deluxe project has 7 new tracks with features from Jane Doe and Terrace Martin. Terrace Martin's also included on the original Whimsy, but he just has an extra song with Destin on this, which I enjoyed. So, Destin Conrad, not a stranger to this On The Way podcast. We had him actually on the show twice last year. One of the new artists that I really, really, really admire, Grammy nominated. I feel like I love his talent when it comes within his projects and how he has the whole concept, how he puts things together. And I love the songwriting. So I had a few favorites. We'll start off with More Love featuring Jane Doe. It was like a spoken word portion which she added on, which makes sense because this is a jazz themed album. I felt her. Like how you say we're making love, but our socks are on. Like, yeah, it's deeper than that. Okay.
Skin to skin, you want nasty ass toenails or toenails. That's real love making. That's what she's saying, and you agree.
You just don't know ball, and that's okay. I love how the saxophone pairs with Destin's voice on Nothing Is Real. I really, really love that. It was like a saxophone portion that I believe is behind the second verse. Love that part. Going Home being a track about self-reflection, I can relate to that. The song is pretty much, it intros, it starts off with someone saying, like, you want me to call you an Uber, a cab, or something like that. And he's explaining how he's just out, he's drunk, but he's trying to, continue on to the next party, the next thing, and it's like, you need to just go home. Like, you need to really go back to yourself. Like, yeah, but somebody's like, I gotta call you Uber, you live in Crown Heights, So I understood that one. I also really enjoyed La 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 La, but I think my favorite was Diamond Gold. I felt like it was so good. Like, I felt him when he said, I'm bad enough for the both of us. Like, you can never really treat me like somebody's fool pretty much. And the choral vocals that appear like towards the end, like towards like 45 seconds left of the completion of that song was perfect.
Bad enough, both of us, so savage. Take that, bad enough, both of us, so savage. Take that, bad enough, both of us, so savage. Take that.
So I really enjoyed Whimsy Deluxe, and Destiny and his alter ego, Mr. E. So I like that.
This week for my first project, I had Fuck, Marry, Kill by Tink, who's from Calumet City, Illinois. This is her 15th project. Some of the features on here were G Herbo, T Grizzly, and Rob 49. Producers, Rob 49. I heard it all over the album. The producer, the main producer on this album, which is why I probably liked it so much, was Hitmaker.
Okay.
Ja, Keys, and also Mike Hector and Gus Corleone. I think the Tink is a great mix of vibe songs that you don't really need to remember all the lyrics just to. It just creates an atmosphere.
Right.
And though she's such a strong lyricist, though, that she also knows how to make great songs, which are, that's the meaning of lyrics and melody really coming together to tell a story. I thought that some of my favorite songs on this project, the ones that I kept with me were Strangers, the first track. It really sets the mood well. You're in good R&B hands with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then number 3, skipped over to number 3, Gang, featuring G Herbo, like that one a lot. Non-Negotiables, Can We Talk, featuring Bryson Tiller. I was like, that's bold. What we're talking about, and it was a great, not even anything to do with Tevin Campbell. It was their own thing, and it was great.
Okay.
Diabolical, I really like the concept, the wordplay in there. That's what I mean, where she's a really great lyricist as well. Bedrock, featuring Rob 49, was great. I think my favorite, though, is You Deserve. You Deserve is perfect R&B.
I wanna treat you like the king you are. Put you up on a pedestal. More than comp, make you feel like the dream you are. Respect your thoughts, you know you're safe with me. I reassure you that you're powerful, incredible, that you'll be vulnerable. Let down you are. I just wanna let you know, hey baby, you're always safe with me. You deserve love, you'll never have to question. If you're with me.
First Time was great, and then I think the one that made its last impression on me was Emergency. If anything, just for the track itself, that soft lead intro is R&B.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah, it was great.
My second project this week, I had Miss Michigan by Momo Boy and Infinity Song. Okay, so Infinity Song as a group, they're a soft rock band. They're a collaboration of siblings Abraham, Angel, Israel, and Momo Boy. Right? They are from New York and they're signed to Rock Nation. So on this project is Momo Boyd's first solo project outside of Infinity Song, but they're also featured on here. So that's why it's Infinity Song and Momo Boy. Momo's voice, I can describe it as sultry. At the same time, it has a classic tone to it. I feel like she can sing, but the songs can really sway you, if that makes sense. So I love that about her vocals. I was interested in this project because I like Infinity Song as a group. I've only heard 1 or 2 songs from them, but I've seen their performances on clips on social media. I'm like, oh, they seem pretty lively. This seems pretty cool. So we'll start off with Cold Hands, which I felt was, wow, this was really, really heavy, but also sweet. I enjoy She's a Sweetheart as well. It reminded me kind of like a Lana Del Rey track, as far as like themed. I also loved American Love Song, which was a single that she had dropped last year, I believe. And I remember seeing, that was her first single that she dropped on her own. I remember seeing it and like, huh, this is very like, the lyrics, the songwriting reminds me of like a song that you would write about a love that was so deep. Like, I feel like her lyricism is not just like surface level, which I really do enjoy. I also enjoyed Big Country, and I felt like Oops was a standout song. It was definitely a song about being in love with someone and then maybe thinking that you're in love and the next week being like, oh, not that much.
Oh, damn.
Oops, I swear I meant to call back. Oops, I never meant to break your heart. Oops, I swear I meant to call back. Oops, I never meant to break your heart. Don't try selling me no sentiments. It is what it is and I'm over it. Oops, I swear I meant to call back. Oops, I never meant to break your heart. Yikes, he telling me I'm special. He never felt this way before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I also felt like it was so interesting that it was on Miss Michigan because that song, it felt like out of theme, but I really did enjoy that. It was like, it felt like a bonus track because everything else compared to Oops felt like it had its own theme of like instrumental, and then Oops was something that was a little more R&B, slight pop. But all in all, I really enjoyed this project, and yeah, I enjoyed Mama Boyd as a singer.
And this week for my second project, I had Everybody Loves Rob Milton by the Rob Milton, who is from Hackensack, New Jersey. I mean, okay, let's not. Who's from Los Angeles, California, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Richmond, Virginia, originally by way of Hackensack, New Jersey.
Okay.
This is his 52nd release.
That needs to be confirmed.
We can at least say his 52nd release. Okay,
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I counted.
I need the Guinness committee to do the calculation.
Are you saying that Tim Cook has to step down because he's senile and can't count? Because Apple has counted that you have 52 projects. What are you saying?
I'm not sure, but
Hold on, I didn't even introduce you. Please, hey, please. The features on this project from Dear John, Kristen Lowe, Yanni Blue, Amir, Aria Linnell, and Mr. Can Do. And the producers on here were Dana Johnson, Dr. Wade, and Corey Battle. And of course, as I requested for on the Way Podcast has requested for every and any Rob Milton release, we'd like a conversation. And so here we are for release number 52. Everybody Loves Rob Milton with the Rob Milton.
Okay, the 52, I don't know. Don't listen to him. I don't know. Second of all, Sylvie, I want you to know that I was actually
journalism skills.
I was not requested. What happened was I picked up the phone. I said, hello. And he said, I think you should interview every time you release on our podcast. And I said, should? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
Well, you know.
It's working right now.
Do you think Gail tells Oprah, I think every time you release, you need to come on down to the CBS, whatever?
Yes.
I do not think so.
That's exactly what happens.
Okay.
You know what Oprah does tell Gail? You got a little Ash Wednesday there.
Please. Why did you do that on camera?
That's true too.
Rob, we are so glad to have you back on the On the Way podcast for the 2026 year.
The founder.
Of course, okay.
Founding member.
Let's talk about it. So, Everybody loves.
Khalil tried to slickly correct me, founding member. I heard you.
I said founding member.
Exactly. You ain't slick.
That's why you got that green on top of your head. It's like a palm tree, just shade.
I bet.
Go ahead.
Everybody loves Rob Milton. I love the title of this. Now, the title of this project, is that meant to be taken literally, ironically, or a little bit of both? Like, I'd like for you to explain.
It's a lot of things. It's manifestation. It's my experience, being in LA. A lot of people move to LA and they're like looking for community. And not to say that I didn't and don't have to look for community, but a lot of my experience in LA has been showing up in rooms, and the people that I came to the room to see are excited to see me. You know what I mean? And so that's really been a really, really beautiful experience. It also came from, I was on the outro, you hear Avery Sunshine leaving me this like really, really sweet voice note one day. And it came from that. It came from a couple of situations, friendship or business partnerships and different things like that ending, and kind of a little bit of a, a little bit of a snark. It's a little snark in it too. You know what I mean? Because don't get it twisted, everybody loves me. So, you know what I mean? But it's a lot of things. But I would say at the core, it's manifestation. Because as an artist, and especially in this day and time, what's important to me is to be respected. For my art, for my work to be respected and to be loved and to be valued and to be appreciated. And then it's also a bit of a nod to like Jackie's Back. If I had the resources the way that I want to, and maybe it's something I can do in the future, I really wanted to do like a mockumentary similar to Jackie's Back, and have like a lot of my homies come and like say, you know the vibe. And I don't want to say too much in case I can do it in the future, but yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'll be a part of that. Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, keep diving a little bit deeper into that, like what you were saying before. How did the name shape the concept of the project?
Well, I had already started writing and releasing songs. As you know, like Honey was already released, Chains was already released, and I was building this body of work, but it didn't all feel like one thing. So I've had Showtime where it was kind of conceptual and it was all very 80s. I've had my different eras and my different sounds that I've moved through, but this felt like a bigger explanation of who I am. And so a part of it is that as well, kind of a reintroduction, almost a self-titled, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really love how you strung the whole thing together, because one of the things that happened, because when I'm back home in LA now, me and Rob, we hang out, often.
Home.
Yes, I really have to start claiming it as home. And we hang out often enough. And so so when I hadn't talked to him a couple weeks, I think, since I've been here. And then I just saw this project was coming down, and I was like, so I'm gonna just have to hear it when the rest of the world hear. I have to hear it on mine. He was like, you've heard most of these songs already. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. So now listening to the finished versions of them, because I got to hear like the unedited, the raw versions of them. But now that it's
I'm gonna have to get my NDAs ready for you, because you doing a lot of talking about what you heard and didn't hear.
Right.
What is going on?
Right, well, fine. All I'm saying is, now that you, damn, you made me forget what the hell I was gonna say. But now that it's polished, I love how, because I heard them in pieces, but now that it's polished and you put it all together in a order, it really does tell a story. Yeah. And I didn't see that coming either, but I love it in sequence though.
Thank you.
That's all I was gonna say, but I don't know if
Thank you.
I love how you mentioned how Showtime had more of an 80s theme. What core theme did you want the listeners to capture with this project?
Like I said, it really is kind of a pieced together puzzle. Like it's almost in some ways a musical EPK. Like it is a very clear explanation of who Rob Milton is, and as far in my music. You know what I mean? When you listen to my different projects, it has a little bit of Sons of the James there when you get to Chains. You know what I mean? It has a little bit of Another Boy, even has a little bit of what I would consider a cousin vibe. You know what I mean? I would say, like, if you really listen to the project, it is all of the things that I am. So yeah, I felt like it was important for me to give you R&B at the core, to give you my church influences, to also give you something that is a bit fun and poppy, to also give you, you know what I mean, Smile, which kind of is rock edgy. You know what I mean? It was important to me to give you all of the pieces that make up who I am today.
You had a lot of different. You had some really good, consistent through line concepts on this album. Have you ever felt like being in love conflicted with being understood?
Um, no, I would honestly say that being in love in a lot of ways helped me understand myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you're not one of those people who believes that you have to take some time, and the only way that you can heal from one relationship is by, kind of isolating and being alone. You
I
think that
did,
it's
I didn't
possible
say
to?
that.
Well, I'm asking. Okay, I'm asking. Do you think that that's necessary? Do you think it's necessary? You think you can heal in your next relationship?
No, I do think that it's important in between relationships to take time to, like, gather yourself in a lot of ways. But what I have found is that relationships teach you. I think people think that you're learning about the other person, and you are, but through learning about the other person, you're learning about yourself. You know what I mean? There are things about myself that I
Right.
did not fully connect to or fully understand until I realized how it was affecting my relationship with someone else, or how I reacted to someone else doing or saying something or
Mhm.
feeling something or whatever.
If you were to meet a first time listener, which song would you play for them first and why?
From this album,
Yes.
I would say Smile. Smile was actually the last song that was created for the project.
I hope you think of me. I hope you think of me and you smile. Smile. I hope you think of me. Oh, I hope you think of me and you smile. 'Cause I'd rather be with you. Oh, I'd rather be with you. Oh, and if I can, I hope at least I cross your mind just one time. You smile. Said I can't
But
believe
believe it or
another
not, the
sun.
first song, so I originally recorded a voice note of me singing the idea for the first verse and the hook in 2020 or 2021. I have to double check. So it was technically the first song started, but it was the last song finished. Um, because truthfully, once I knew that Cake and Another Boy were going on the album, I felt like I needed something that was a bit more universal to balance things out. Like I already have Chains, which is very black, very R&B, which there's no apologies for that, but just, understanding the flow of a project and all of the things and explaining who I am creatively. It felt like, you know, Chains is really black. You know what I mean? Even Honey, I would say. And then Cake is, a bit sexual, a bit probably my first time being that directly sexual. And then Another Boy is just gay. You know what I mean? And my first time being that directly gay on record. So I felt like Smile is that middle ground. Smile is a great introduction to me just in general, as a songwriter and as a vocalist, as all of the things. I think Smile is a great introduction. But if it wasn't from this project, I always say if I had to play Beyonce, if I had one moment to play, if I had an opportunity to play one thing for Beyonce, out the gate, I'm going with N. Period.
Okay.
You said you're going with what?
N would be Slave. Out the gate. Knocking her
Wait,
edges back. She's gonna need Sacred from
This week for our honorable mentions, we had the album Mr. Love Bomb by Isaiah Haran.
And the singles Reputation / Bobby by Raven Lene and Dominic Fike. Ideal One by Kalela. And She Did It Again by Tyler featuring Zara Larson.
Gonna find out the hard way, part ways, for your sake, save her, the heartbreak. This is sweet shame, music, this ain't Sade. No ordinary love, this is propane. No, it's not safe. Baby, this a dangerous game for you. Baby, this is all just plain to be. And I don't need you blaming me like, she did it again. Even when you feel like you can't get me out of your head. I got you like, she did it again. Even when you feel like you can't get me out of your head.
I know deep down you want me. Deep down you want me. I know deep down you want me.
But a man, honesty's not trying to tease. Oops, did it again like Britney. That's how it is, that's all I know. Not like anyone you met before me. Keep it in the dark.
And now it's time for
Music news.
All right, what happened this week, Khalil?
So this week, Mary J. Blige sat down with Scott Evans on his podcast, House Guest. You know, the one he has in his backyard, and they'll be talking, chatting up, seeing his teen on there and whatnot. And so they were talking, and she addressed the Burger King commercial that happened like maybe 10 plus years ago on the My Life 2 album with the because that was my song, and that's why I love you. That was a really good song. But it got repurposed because everybody just knew it for the McDonald's crispy chicken wrap commercial. Right. What's in the crispy chicken wrap? And Mary addressed it, and she said that, you know, at the time, she didn't think it was funny. To this day, she still doesn't think it was funny because she said she had bad representation, bad management. She didn't know what was going on. She said they shot it crazy. And, you know, that her real fans were like, you know, they didn't think it was funny. I'm a real Mary J. Blige fan. I'm a real Mary J. Blige fan.
Right.
And I thought that she was hilarious.
I think that was the issue with it. I think it's because as an artist, you want your work to be taken seriously, and you don't want to seem like anything as like a minstrel. You don't want to seem like anything that's too comedic when it's not supposed to be comedic.
That part.
I feel like there were two different sides looking at it. I feel like there are people who of our generation who, when it came out around our time, we looked at it with like, and we found it catchy, and then we sang it everywhere. I remember Yandy went on like Hot 97, she sang it as well. Like, you know, it had those moments, and I feel like some people were kikiing about it. I feel like some people were just like, well, this is a catchy song. I'm gonna sing it.
It's like Chappelle said, like, you don't ever, why he stopped doing Chappelle's show, like, you don't want people to feel like they're laughing at you. You want people to feel like they're laughing with you.
Right.
The moment you feel like people are laughing at you is the moment you got to shift the dynamic.
Right.
In this moment, I guess she's saying that she didn't know coming out of it that it would be a moment where people would be laughing at her. All I'm saying is she had to get on top of that table and say about the thing that. So I guess in moments like that, it's just hard to know, okay, I'm doing this commercial, but in the end, am I going to be laughing? Are people going to be laughing with me or at me? That's scary. That's scary to be in the moment right there, to be able to really have to know and decide what the outcome is going to be, and to know that. And she said she learned from the situation, but I can go with Mary for all the high moments. And so a little moment like this is not going to make me as a fan look at her like she's a... That didn't make me look... Because she said people were looking at her like she had the plague, like she was like, like she sold out.
Right.
And it didn't make me look at her like that.
It didn't, but I mean, that's only you. But she probably meant like people that she really knew, like within the industry.
Probably.
Right.
And that's probably why I think she has this more of a traumatic
experience with it. Right. So it's not a kiki as much as Scott wanted to kiki about it and say like, oh, you can finally laugh about this now. And she was like, no, because ain't shit funny still.
It's not something that, but I found it funny because you just got to ride out with your fave sometimes, even when they make a mistake, you just got to ride out. So that's where I found the humor in it. But it wasn't ever also something that would make me give Mary the snip. There's been too many great moments and as long as she could look at it in the moment and be like, oh, no, that wasn't it. That made it even more of a, she's a real ass person.
Right. Yeah. In other news, we finally have the inductees for the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, let me run down the list. We have Phil Collins. These are also people that were voted in. Phil Collins, Billy Idol, Iron Maiden, Joy Division / New Order.
No, I'll find out who that is.
Oasis.
Oh, then Wonderwall. That's those ones.
Why did you make it churchy? That's not how it sounds. That's more like
because they're the racist ones who didn't want Jay-Z to be a Glastonbury because they said that get that nigga music out of here.
Jesus, we have to believe that.
No, we don't. That's what they said.
Sade.
Woo!
Which Mariah Carey was like, once I knew Sade was in it, I knew I wasn't going to get in there.
Oh, Mariah couldn't get in this year?
Mariah's not in this year.
Mary got in.
Let me continue. Luther Vandross.
Woo! Also just celebrated a birthday yesterday on 4/20. Hope everybody had a great day.
Wu-Tang Clan. Celia
Wu-Tang.
Cruz.
Come on, Wu-Tang. Celia Cruz.
Fela Kuti.
Fela. Hell yeah, this class is crazy. What?
Straight from Newark, New Jersey, Queen Latifah.
Damn Skippy. Wow.
MC Light.
Yeah, wow.
Graham Parsons. Linda Creed. R.F. Martin. Jimmy Miller. Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
And Ed Sullivan.
Wow.
The ceremony takes place on Saturday, November 14th, 2026, at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles. Hopefully they live stream it. It's saying that it will air a month later in Disney Plus and ABC. I believe that's what they did last year. That's how we saw Outkast.
I'm gonna try and get some tickets. Let's go.
Oh, nice. I would love to go. Yeah. On the way, listeners, are there any artists you feel that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame left out this year, or did they get it right?
Tweet us On The Way Weekly and let us know. We're gonna go.
And we'll be right back.
Put you on camera, that's my favorite show, girl. I rush here just to take it slow.
I've been working all night and now I need to hear you call my name. Where you at? On the way. How far? On the way. Poppin' on the way. How far we take it all the way? Yeah. I've been going all day and now
we're
I
back,
need to hear you say
and it's time to get into
The Blackness.
Don't touch my head.
It's just me against the world.
Who taught you to hate your fellow?
The blackness. Keep on.
Here we talk about the world, i.e. Black political and social issues, as we see them through our point of view. All right. What's going on in the politics world this week?
So I just wanted to point out this week how the president is a fuck nigga. And, everything around, and nothing you do will do right, and nothing and everything you think about gonna crumble. Until you do right by us, everything you think about is gonna crumble.
Okay.
All right? Because the cabinet members are falling like dominoes.
Yeah.
First, let's talk about Kristi Noem, fired in March, former Homeland Security Secretary. The thing is, when they get to the hearings and they have to start and they get questioned by the other side and they start lying so vehemently and when they get caught in the lie, like it's clear, like you're caught and they double down, that's the moment when I know they're not going to be there that much longer. Because it's like, somebody put it this way, like they were like, a lawyer's thing is, a lawyer has to be, you're asking for, the thing about the president is he's asking for loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
A lawyer's thing is they have to be about the law. So when they get questioned in that crossroads, one of those things cancels out. They can't pick both. They have to choose one. And so if they choose loyalty over the law, then it ends up even hurting the president even more than it hurts
and his credibility.
Yes. And so they have to step down after that. So when they do that, I already know it's coming. So that's what happened with Christine Holm. Then that's what happened with Pam Bondi. Then this happened like this week with this late. Pam Bondi's was egregious. When she went in that thing and started lying like, the Dow. I said, the Dow? Lady, you're the attorney general. What are you talking about the Dow for? And then this lady not today, Lori Chavez DeRaymer, she's a labor secretary, and she had to leave because of misconduct allegations, abuse of power allegations. All I'm saying is, now they have Kash Patel, and The Atlantic did this story about him and how he has a drinking problem, and they're standing by it. And he's going to go to this defamation lawsuit, which is really hard to prove. And they're standing by their reporting. I believe The Atlantic. He looks like a drunk, being in the damn ice hockey room with the damn flying all around the country. We're using the private jets to go see his girlfriend sing the national anthem because she's a singer at all these different games, using our tax dollars and whatnot. What are you doing at the ice hockey game, man?
Right.
What are you doing at the Olympics? We got problems over here. Bring your ass home.
I don't care about that.
But him, so I definitely think he's about to go soon. And then this other one, Hegseth, the Secretary of the Department of Defense, which they call the Department of War, freaking idiots, who's overseeing this operation of this war in Iran, this illegal war in Iran. I think he's going next too. I think that because it's so illegal that, like I'm saying, you have to double down on stuff that's not lawful.
Right.
So everything you think about go crump.
In lighter, better news.
Yes.
Angel Reese is this week's Queen Spotlight because she is the first WNBA player to have a Victoria's Secrets campaign, which I feel like is major.
That's what that is? I thought that was Zoe Saldana.
This is Angel Reese.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Why are you scrolling past some pictures so damn fast? Hold on now. Go back. She looked like Tyra Banks a little bit.
Recently, Angel Reese announced the trade from the Chicago Sky team to the Atlanta Dream, which she feels like she's more happy and accepting to be a part of that team, and she's excited for that journey. She said, year 3 is going to be exciting. I'll be playing with Ryan and Papao, and I just have great coaching staff. And of course, Atlanta has the culture, the family, the food. Everyone's going to be at the game. She's like, she's excited to work for the season. And I love her WNBA. I love the fact that she's the first WNBA player to be on be in the Victoria's Secrets campaign, and be on the cover. I feel like that's so beautiful. It's so exclusive. So yeah, congratulations, Angel. And I'm always happy to see her evolve within the industry and beyond. I love her features. I feel like she's a gorgeous woman and she's very talented. So congratulations, Queen.
On the Way listeners, who do you think is going to be the next cabinet member to fall? Tweet us on the Way Weekly and let us know.
We're going to go.
And we'll be right back.
I don't need nobody else. Ooh, you got me on the way. Yearning for your loving, baby. I need that every day. Cause you know this ain't made for nobody but you. You don't need nobody else. Is you trying to see me later? Sending pictures from my phone and flooding up your database. Cause I don't be waiting for nobody but you.
It's a wrap. It's time to get out of here, but not before we leave you with some encouragement. Once again, you can find our quote on our social media at On The Way Weekly every week. This week our quote says,
"Your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change."
Why do you have to get all real?
I love me some Iyanla Vanzant.
Y'all gonna have to choose when y'all love her or not. All right, y'all.
Love me some Iyanla. But this quote is very telling to me. Even for this week, I feel like I always pick quotes like not knowing that they're gonna talk to me in a certain way. But I feel like it's important because we always try to see like the positive sides of us, and we never try to like look at anything that we try to like hide in the back, or like anything that we think is negative or a flaw or anything like that. And it's good to like also embrace those things because it embraces and it helps us evolve as people, you know? So I look at something that's happened in my life that I'm not really too proud of, and I'm like, all right, how can I switch this around so that I can be better and for myself and be better for the future?
Yeah, I completely agree. I can look at things that I'm not necessarily proud of. I thought about this too. It's crazy. The things that I'm not necessarily proud of, and the thing is, you may instinctively want to run away from it.
Right.
Thing is, you'll end up repeating it. So, in order to not run away from it, you have to go through it. You got to walk through it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go around it. And that's the main thing. There's something going on at my former church right now. I think I've told you. And the things like the biggest thing that gets me so frustrated is watching these, people who are supposed to be, have such a close relationship with God, try to avoid walking through it and just do everything they can to go around it. It's like, no, sometimes God has to sit you down sometimes and tell you so you can understand what you did to mess up, and you got to walk through it and not, do everything to avoid it.
I agree.
There's no growth there. There's no truth there. So
exactly.
I completely agree. Well, if you're looking for me, you can find me on the Instagram. Just the Instagram at KAHLILXDANIEL. You can find me on the Facebook at facebook.com/KXDmusic. You can find all my music streaming on the Apple, the Tidal, the Spotify, anywhere that you download or stream music. Well, like we said before, why don't we get into that buy portion? That buy, that download. You can find it all on my website at KhalilDaniel.com.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me laughing and kikiing on Twitter because it's a funny ass app. At Sylvee Jones, SYLVEJONS.
So forgiving. Niggas just so forgiving. And for everything else, you heard this week, you can find us on our Facebook at facebook.com/instinct, on at facebook.com/onthewaypod, and on our websites at instinctent.com/ontheway, and mocapodcastsnetwork.com/ontheway.
If you love what you hear, please make sure to like, subscribe, share an episode, download an episode. We are streaming on all DSPs, so wherever you can find the podcast, you can find the On The Way podcast. Reach out to either of us if you need assistance on helping to share this episode with a friend.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Be back in person for a couple weeks.
Yay!
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Yeah. We stress, we grind 1 time, 3 times, you time, me time, we time, we roll, 3 time, rewind, late night, be mine, yeah. And you know that's for sure. I cleared the schedule, so you know that's a go. Okay, we stress, we grind 1 time, 3 times, you time, me time, we time.